So this is one of the original bands that came with the Samsung Watch 4 Classic. I got the white color because I thought it was the best option at the time, even though I think a classic watch like this would look a lot better with a strap made of metal or leather. But there was no such option at the time. Wearing this silicone band is very comfortable, but I don't like the retainers on the back, as there's nothing holding it in place and there's a gap between it and the bands. So I went online and bought a few different bands just to see how they are. So let's get these white ones off the watch. The pins have a quick release function, so they're quite easy to take off. The first bands we have today are black silicone bands that look a lot like the original from Samsung. They are not original, but they have the same look and a quick release on the back. The material here is a little bit stiffer compared to the original, but it's not that much of a difference, so it doesn't matter or bother me at all. They're very comfortable on the wrists. Even with the bands a bit tight, it's still comfortable and good for running and other activities. They also look quite nice with the silver watch, and they have the same no gap thing going on near the case. The only thing that bothers me a bit with these bands is that they do collect a bit of dust. It sticks easily to the whole band and doesn't look very nice after some time. So prepare to wipe the dust off several times a day. Next we have some brown hybrid leather bands. I say hybrid because they only have the leather material on one side and a silicone layer underneath. They look nice with the stitches going all around the sides and have two retainers for holding the bands in place. They also have the quick release pin on the back to make sure it's easy to replace them. Just make sure the pins are actually in the holes, or this may happen while wearing them. Just give them an extra pull to be sure. The bands look nice with the silver watch, although I wish they were a little bit darker and maybe had a bit more rough texture. But I like the design with the stitches and the gapless areas around the watch case. It gives the watch a much more classic look compared to the silicone bands. The two retainers on the back do a very good job holding the bands in place and don't move much at all. While using the silicone ones, I did have to adjust the retainers a few times during the day, which isn't really a problem, but can be a small annoyance. With these brown bands, I didn't have this problem at all. Overall, a nice and classy look, but let's move over to the next bands. Next we have some black magnetic bands, so these are only attached together by magnetic force and friction. I honestly didn't think these would be any good on a heavy watch like this, but the magnets are quite strong. Around the back we have the quick release pins, so they are easy to put on and take off. Here we also have the no gap design, which I do like a lot. They may not be the prettiest bands out there, but it's an interesting design that has grown on me the more I use them. The magnets also make the task of putting the watch on a bit easier, since there's no buckle. At first I was a bit worried that these bands could fall off without me noticing it, but they stayed on surprisingly well. They never fell off or got disconnected in any way. The only thing that bothers me about black bands is that dust has a tendency to get a lot more visible. It doesn't stick very well though, so a quick blow of air removes most of it. Overall, nice and very comfortable bands with a black color that looks good together with a stainless steel watch. I didn't have much faith in the magnetic connection here, but I must admit I was wrong. So I think I'll have to check if there are any other magnetic bands out there, preferably with a more interesting design. Nothing looks better on a stainless steel watch than steel bands, so these are also my favorite bands so far. They are not of the light, hollow, cheap types that we see on some watches, so they have a good weight to them. These are also curved at the edge, so there's no gap between the bands and the watch case. The pins on these are not attached to the band itself, so we have to put it in there before attaching it to the watch. Each pin has two quick release spring bars, one on each side, so they're quite easy to use. There's a small area that's cut out on one side of the bands, and this is made to give some space for the speaker that's located here on the watch. A watch like the Watch 4 Classic really looks a lot nicer with a band like this. A metal band makes it look much more classic compared to a rubber one. And this is the type of band I would expect on a watch like this. Of course, having all the sensors under the watch requires it to have good contact with the skin, so I understand why they used a flexible material like rubber. Anyway, I haven't had any problems getting pulse readings from the sensors, maybe because the bands fit my wrist without getting too loose or too tight. Resizing the band is also very easy, and it's done the same way as most other metal bands. Just remove a couple pins and the links will come loose. I don't know if you can see this, but the band isn't the exact same color as the watch. It's not a big difference, but in bright light it's noticeable, as it is a little bit darker. It doesn't bother me, and I think the bands look very nice with the Samsung Watch 4 Classic. Opening the clasp is done by pressing the two buttons on the sides. Overall, a very nice looking band that matches the watch very well, and it has become my personal favorite amongst the bands I have bought so far. If you already have some 20mm bands from other watches that you want to use on this watch, you can still get a no-gap look by using one of these adapters. I don't have any bands that fit, so sadly I can't show you how they would look with the adapter, but at least the option is here. Let me know in the comments below which type of band you think fits the watch the best. If you want any of the bands in this video, you can find links to all of them in the video description. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and the bell for more videos. Have a nice day and see you in the next one. Bye bye.